Hello everyone and welcome. Today we are going to be looking at motion blocks in Scratch. Now you should have already watched the introduction to Scratch where we show you how to, make your own Scratch project and show you like the different things you can do, make your own backdrops, make your own sprites, costumes, sounds. You don't need to know how to do any of this yet, just know the layout, and know how to make your project. So let's get started. How do we move our character in different ways? Well, the first thing is you need to know what this block does, right? And Scratch is just a whole bunch of blocks being placed together, kind of like a puzzle. So when start is clicked, we can add these blocks to it. Now, we can't add something like this because it doesn't make sense to connect it, right? But we can add our motion blocks. So a very simple thing we can do is when start is clicked, move 10 blocks. So then we can click start and move our character. Okay. Now, how do we move left? We can move right, but how do we move left? Well, to do that, I have to teach you something called the Cartesian plane. Now that sounds scary, but it's actually very, very simple. All it is that there are two letters called X and Y. The X represents the horizontal direction, right? So if you move forward 50, we can make this X 50. You see how we move forward. If you make this X 100, or no, that's 100, we see how we move forward. Now let's put this back to 0. You see how if we make our X negative 50, minus 50, it moves backwards. Minus 200 moves even more backwards, right? Okay. In the same way, Y can be moved up 50 and up and like down 100 by using negative. Hopefully that makes sense. If you still don't understand, you can ask any of our tutors. But now let's use a better way of moving. Change X by 10. Now why is this good? Because we can also change our Y. When we use move moves us in the direction of where we're facing. So you see how we're facing here, right? So we move there. But if you use change X and change Y by 10, we can now move diagonally like this, which is pretty cool. So let's set this back to 0 and let me show you what turn does. So degrees, if you don't know what that is, don't worry. You can click on this and you can look at the circle, right? And the direction of which you want him to turn, you can just play around with this circle, right? Like, okay, I want him to move exactly left. So my direction, I'll have to move him negative 90 degrees. So let's keep it like that. And let's move him negative 90 degrees. Which is pretty cool. Now he's just walking in an endless cycle, right? We can make him move negative 45 degrees. Check on the circle what that is. So it seems like it's like diagonal, right? Let's try it. And now he's moving in this weird zigzag pattern. So let's set his direction back to 90. So that's what turn is. Turn basically allows you to turn your character. Okay? Now, the coolest thing in my opinion is glide. Glide allows you to move at a position, but it looks really smooth. So let's look at it, right? So we can glide to a certain position. So to find out the position, you want to kind of move your cat around. Okay, so here, this position is negative 132 and negative 82 for the Y. Now I want to move him like right here. Okay, so this is 164.56. So let's put him to 164. And if you don't remember, if you can't memorize this, just write it down, right? So we want him to glide to 164.56 from around here. And if we start, he glides over there. Now let's say that's too fast. We can make him glide longer. And now it looks like a walking pace. Now you might be wondering, how can we make the cat look like it's actually walking? We'll teach you that in the next episode. And there's a lot of other things that you can use in order to make projects, like go to random position is very helpful, point towards mouse pointer. These are all different things that you can use, but the basics are you need to know how to move, you need to know what the X and Y does, and you need to know what the direction is. Okay, so try to understand these concepts so that we can work on making our character walk using looks in the next episode. Thanks for watching.